Today's video, we're going to talk about how to make exact match on Google Ads truly exact match. Do you really want to still do this though? The answer is sometimes yes, of course, sometimes no, like everything else. I'm going to explain the situation, so absolutely where you would do it, where you wouldn't do it, and of course, how to actually do this. Because a lot of you guys get irritated as hell. I know, I see it all the time. You try to target keywords in exact match with Google Ads. You don't want to just show up for whatever Google decides to have you show up for. They're going to do what they are going to do anyway. And if you put damn well blue polka dot shirts, and that's what you want to show up for, and you now show up for red polka dot shirts, you feel like you're being scammed by Google, and you basically kind of are. To a degree, I'll explain why you're not to a degree, but if you do just want to show up for that blue polka dot shirts term and nothing else, there is a way to technically do this. I will go over the method that I have for doing this, that some other people are using, and all the nitty-gritty details regarding it. So here is the process to get rid of everything else besides just the terms you want to show up for. When you target an exact match, you get the exact match of 2010, when it actually would be exact match, which Google really needs to change the term exact match because that's not what it is anymore. They just have kept that because people who haven't kept up on the news, it keeps them with a false sense of security, of course. First of all, you start with exact match only keywords, obviously, use phrase match or whatever, but I say that to say you cannot have other keywords in the account messing with anything. If you want truly exact match, every keyword in your campaign needs to be exact match. Get rid of the phrase match. This is relevant because it's gonna also skew your exact match campaigns. Why is that? Because the exact match terms that match up with your exact match keywords will get triggered by the phrase match version of the keyword, screwing up everything that you are trying to do here and screwing up the machine learning and everything. So if you want an exact match keyword to only show up for a certain term, your campaign needs to be only exact match. Number two, use a script to automatically negate out all non-matching search phrases in exact match. So I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, obviously you add negative keywords so that when you get a search phrase outside of your keyword, it won't do it in the future. Yes, that said, what you'll end up having with Google, of course, is this is a game of whack-a-mole almost. Not really, but you gotta add so many negative keywords and wait so long before your exact match keywords are true exact match again that a lot of people don't want to wait. So what other guys have done, I don't do it at my firm because we have other ways of running things to get things done more efficiently. You could actually have a script that basically looks at your search terms report, and if the terms that are showing up on your search term report does not match your keyword list, it'll automatically add that search term as a negative exact match negative keyword to a negative keyword list that applies to all your campaigns, or at least the campaign in question. So you don't have to do anything. It just automatically adds the negative keywords you would need to add, which gets you tighter matching of your keywords more and more as time goes on through the addition of the negative keywords, of which, by the way, if you are unaware, the way that negative keywords work isn't the way that they used to work before either. Negative keywords are more so, they operate like signals now, not a literal list of keywords that the system is supposed to ignore or block. So if you add 100 negative keywords to your account with the word cheap in it, what that will signal to the system is, oh wow, anything with the word cheap in it probably shouldn't trigger this guy's ads anymore because it probably doesn't work. Even though you only added 100 or 1,000 words with cheap in it and there's 10,000 possibilities with the word cheap in it, you don't have to add all 10,000 because the algorithm is trained to take the negative keywords that you have given it already so far and use it and derive their own conclusions from that data. Because they know it's not obviously technically feasible to add every variation of every term you don't want to have your ad triggered by. So you should use it and derive its own inferences from that data set that you're giving it. So in effect, negative keywords operate like a AI training system or signal to train the algorithm more so than, hey, this is what your ad should show up for. Particularly because the variance in the way people search anymore nowadays is so vast that you can't possibly expect to just have negative keywords be the thing and on a literal basis what blocks all your ads. So as this script, if you have one, or you do this manually, it's perfectly fine to do it manually too. If you're going to do it manually, your best bet would be to do it daily so that the system can learn as quickly as possible. But what happens is if you add all these negative keywords there, probably what's going to happen is after about a month, 80% of the searches you show up for should be your keywords itself already by that time, or certainly by the 90-day point. If you're not spending like $1 a day or something ridiculously small like that. Because of its algorithm figuring out every day, okay, here's how we need to adapt to this guy's campaign now. Okay, well, he added a few more. Okay, is there similarities between what he added today versus yesterday? And then eventually just distilling everything down to what you want. And then number 3, make sure you're using manual bidding and have high bids, far more higher bids than what you think it should take. So there's a tendency anymore, and has been for a while, for people to think cheaper is better in cost per click. And it is, don't get me wrong, but it's just like anything else in life. You want a good deal on something. If you go buy a steak, you want a cheap price on your steak, but you don't want to be buying no tube steak when you really want New York strip just because it's cheaper. So when you buy your keyword traffic, it's the same thing. People get fooled that are not as knowledgeable about how the ad system works that Google has. They think that if they bid on the keyword red shoes and they're able to pay $1 a click instead of $4 a click, which is what Google says that it's supposed to cost for that keyword, and they get clicks still, they're winning. The reality is they're probably absolutely not winning in that situation. Why? Because you're getting the bottom of the barrel part of that keyword's traffic, which the main differentiator there is that people don't understand that there's different levels to that individual keyword's traffic. There's the good part of the traffic of that keyword, the bad part, and when you bid low, you're getting the worst portion of that keyword's traffic. When you say, well, a keyword's a keyword, what do you mean, Corey? Well, no, because there's 1,000 different unique types of people who search for just that keyword. Old, young, rich, poor, whatever. And when you bid the lowest, you could be bidding and only getting that part of that keyword's traffic that are on welfare, that have no money to spend. And so you think you're winning going after this welfare crowd, searching for red shoes, and really that traffic was as good as nothing, practically speaking. These people have no money, they're tire kickers, and therefore what you thought you were winning by was a complete loss at the end of the day. Everything in life is like that, right? Like if you try to get too cheap in life, you end up getting fucked over. This is, I don't know why when it comes to Google Ads, they think, I mean, the whole mantra of it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true, applies to this as well. You want to get as cheap as price as you can get when still getting the same quality at the same time. But people kind of have forgotten about the quality aspect of this because they don't understand what I just told you. That said, what you would do, number one, if you, though, going back to the original point of wanting to only show up for the exact keywords that you have added as keywords, you would have it in an exact match, and then you would also want to switch it to manual bidding, because with smart bidding, that's going to be more likely to get you to show up for off branches of terms, so that'll help. And then on top of that, like I said, you want to bid real high so that you don't actually tell the system that you want to deal on or cheaper traffic, which cheaper traffic typically is going to be more likely to be an offshoot of the keywords you already have, if that makes sense. So if you're at $4 a click, I would say make sure your minimum bid is like 6 and switch to manual bidding. And then with that, you're basically telling the system also, hey, I want to make sure I'm getting quality traffic and give it everything it needs to actually give you the so you'll show up for the keywords that you actually have, if that makes sense. So that's step 3, and something that I don't hear basically anybody else talking about, mainly because they're pushing smart bidding, which is not inherently bad necessarily. And they're also pushing bid cheaper is always better, which it's not. That's the full system that I've come up with if you want to actually show up for just the terms that you want to bid on, and that's it. Now, the real grand question is here, do you actually want to only show up for keywords that you're bidding on and not anything else? Well, there's 2 other major considerations here before you run out and do this. Number 1 is you usually don't want to just show up for the keywords you think that you've initially quickly mined, that you looked at the keyword planner on Google that Google has, you looked on SpyFu, you looked on SEMrush, think you found all the keywords in your niche, and you would not want to just stick to those, because I don't care how good you think you are at keyword research, you will ultimately, number 1, not be able to find the rest of the keywords in your market that you should be also individually bidding on too, which most people, if you listen to these yahoos, most of them on YouTube, online, talking about how to make money with Google ads, they're going to say, you don't need to target all your keywords. You just need to target a few, and Google's smart enough because of what you told it and understanding kind of wanting to do from those few keywords. Everything else that you should show up for, they'll already know it automatically. Yes, like the negative keywords, they're going to use your keyword keywords as an overall signal and derive what they can as a, like what's the cumulative meaning of this keyword set, that you've given us. But the problem is you can't use skag setups anymore. And skag setups are where you make the most money with ads. I don't care who you are, what you say, how much you say that this doesn't make the most money. At least short term, you're not talking about an aged account with ass loads of data racked up in it. The skag is going to be the best way to make money short term because it's the most precise and you can always have the best ads and best landing pages in your market. Realistically, long term, it's generally better as well. I just say short term for sure because there are some instances long term where broad match can do better than using exact match and skag setups because, it can show up for things that have nothing to do with your niche and get you sales that way. I won't really necessarily talk about this, but the main thing is that if you just target a few keywords, even if you were to use skag setup where you have just one keyword per ad group, this does not put you in position to have a unique ad and a unique landing page for every variant of keyword that works in your market. Therefore, your click-through rate and your conversion rates are going to automatically be worse than what it could be because when you have a laser targeted ad for every keyword, not just some, but literally all of them, you're always going to get better results, except for a few instances where it wouldn't, but we're not going to talk about that. 95% of the time, this is the case, and you're just going to settle for half or less of the profit you could make otherwise. Why? Because when somebody's typing in red shoes with black stripes, they don't want to see a fucking ad saying red shoes for sale. This is like, I'm arguing, by the way, with idiots here because they're trying to say that relevant ads that are relevant to what people are searching for don't work the greatest. And you want generic ads, and that's the way. This is so stupid we're still having this argument in 2026. I like it from the standpoint that I do this strategy, the skag strategy done the right way, the thorough way. I'm going to make all the money in that niche market. But this is what people will still tell you, so just be aware of this. I'm like a lone voice in the void of all the PPC gurus out there. And then, of course, the landing page, when you send them to a red shoe page instead of the red shoes with black stripes on it, or white stripes or whatever I said there, you're not going to get the same conversion rate because despite what you want and hoping or praying for to work as little as possible and make all the money, if you send them to a generic page that makes them dig or think too hard, you're always going to get less conversion rate. Always. So if you want to settle for a third of the money that I'm making in your market, if you're competing against me, and I'm going to set it up the right way where I've got 800 terms targeted individually with individual ad copy and individual pages hand selected for that term to land on, whether that be for e-commerce, a category page, search results page, or product page, or when we're talking about lead gen, like literally creating different pages for different terms, all 800. I know that sounds insane, but can't argue with the results, or at least making different pages for different buckets of keywords. At least I'm going to make way, way, way more money than you. And you can't do this the way that I'm doing it just through simple keyword research because the keyword tools that you find out there will not tell you all the possible keywords in your market. I wish there was a way, there's a keyword tool out there that would just tell me without having to advertise every variant of all 800 variants of how people search for a plumber. That works. I wish there was. Why? Well, Google, for one, on Keyword Planner, on the keyword tool that they give you for free inside your ad account, they don't want you thinking what I'm telling you here. They want you to go generic so that you can hand over your budget to them. They can have you show up for some good stuff, but some bad, so they can juice their revenues for their shareholders, and that's what they want. SpyFu, SEMrush, if you're using a tool like this, it's not going to have everything you want because the other guys are drinking the Google Kool-Aid, telling you what specificity basically doesn't matter. Therefore, you're copying idiots, you get idiots results. So therefore, you have to run your ads for a while just to get the data to do what I'm telling you to do makes the most money. And therefore, if you're just running your ads for your keywords you're starting with, and that's it, you never find out what those other 800 variations of terms that work in your market is. So you can set up unique ads and landing pages for each, and that's just it. And then the other thing is, when you use smart bidding instead of manual bidding and not use the strategy I just told you about, you'll limit yourself to what you can do because genuinely speaking, with smart bidding, it's going to be able to get you in front of more customers. Because ultimately, here's the deal. If you are selling red shoes, right? And you know that unless they type in buy red shoes for sale, they're not profitable, at least at the ROAS that you want, that you set as your minimum standard to be profitable after all your expenses. If they just type in red shoes, let's say that they're just not profitable enough. You're not getting a high enough conversion rate from that traffic at the price that Google charges for it, where it's worth it for you to invest there. So therefore, you don't have it targeted as a keyword. So you take my methodology, you run with that, and you win. You think you win. I'm going to run a smart bidding campaign instead of manual bidding. And when somebody comes through Google that has money just literally burning a hole in their pocket, and they love red shoes like a drunk loves wine. I'm going to show up when that person just types in red shoes, because that person, compared to the average guy who searches for red shoes on an ever-going basis on Google, he's 25 times as likely to buy something than somebody else, as known by the algorithm, because Google study everything that person's done since birth to mathematically, algorithmically calculate their statistical likelihood to buy, and knows they're 25 times as likely to buy as somebody else. Therefore, I want to actually damn well show up for that person if they search for anything about red shoes at all. Normally, it wouldn't be profitable, but for this type of guy, definitely profitable. So you can only get that with smart bidding. Manual bidding, yes, that goes on a little bit, but not nearly to the level that you'll get with smart bidding. So therefore, you don't want to make things so cut and dry, because things aren't cut and dry. The money's made in the gray area. Understanding keywords are irrelevant. What's more relevant is that person's statistically likelihood to buy, to a level, of course, because we don't want to be so stupid here and just to say, oh, the keywords don't matter as long as it looks like a buyer we want to show, because that's also going to give Google too much control and piss away tons of our money. We don't want to do that. We want to go in the middle here, be reasonable. Most things that Google has, by the way, the money's in the middle, not going and taking everything they do, but the portion of it that works. So we target really tight keywords with exact match and all this, but we still use smart bidding, and we still want our keyword to show up for close variants if that person looks like they're higher than likelihood to convert. And with the proper conversion tracking and the proper bidding targets, it won't show up for people that are not likely to convert. And so you get more sales than you could have got otherwise with this exact match strategy that I gave you here. Even though if you were hell-bent on only showing up for these 5 terms because you know your market, you know your customers, that if they don't search for these 5 things, damn it, they ain't buying. No how, no way, they ain't buying. Then you could use this strategy, which is why I gave it to you here today. Otherwise, in 99% of the other markets and instances, you don't want to just show up for a set of keywords. Even if you find all 800 logically, the ones that are logically should work, that look like the people that type that in are a majority of buyers, therefore you would want to show up for them, because there's minutia to this. There's a portion of the market who searches generically that are still worth it to go after. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, by the way, you should. I got the best information you're going to find online about how to make money with that step by step here, given to you by a 20-year advertising veteran. So subscribe if you haven't already, and do yourself that favor. I also, by the way, got a great blog on my site. If you haven't checked that out yet, you should. It's at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Beyond that, if you haven't been to my site, you should. I also, for one-off questions, I do private coaching and consulting. I also do done-for-you management of ads. So if you just want to sit back, kick back, and have me get you the results on a guaranteed basis, literally, I offer that service. You do not pay if you do not get the result that I say you're going to get up front. Also sell ad templates. If you're in a niche market that we've already operated in, you could just buy the winning version of the ads and landing pages that work for your market. I also, to engage with me and fans of the channel already, I've got a Discord you can get a link to in the video description. You can hang out with us there as well. Going back to the topic at hand here, as I mentioned here, if you are hell-bent on showing up for certain terms and those terms only, this is the way to do it. Will this make an ironclad absolutely 100% of the time you only show up for the terms that you want to show up for? No, but it'll practically speaking be 95% the case, and it's, you're going to be happy with it. Will this make you the most money 99% of the time? No, for the reasons that I said. So at least you now have both tools available to you if you want to go one way or the other way, the pros and cons of each, how to do it for each, and then it's up to you to decide what's right for your niche market and your business or not. With that said, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. If you want to see another video, click here. It is one of my best ones.